everyone, it's Liam Caddison here. This is episode 19 of Once Upon a Time as we edge closer to the finale, and I am really excited to see how this episode does play out. It was really amazing stuff last time, probably my favourite of the season, especially with details emerging with us finding out the reason why Regina has resentment against Snow White. There was empathy shed towards Regina. Like I said in the review portion, though, her actions aren't justified, but you can feel sorry for what she went through, especially with her mother, who... My animosity towards that character is on par with the Watchers Council from Buffy, so that's how much I despise her after what happened and what was revealed in the last episode. But also it should be very, very good Storybook-wise because Catherine is back, which is going to put a huge dent into the whole Mary Margaret, did off Catherine speculation. So it will be very, very interesting to follow that now that there is that safety barrier because Catherine's not dead, so yeah. But I'm really curious to see the implications that's going to have on Regina and Mr. Gold as well, because of course they were in cahoots with each other, so it should be a very, very interesting episode. So with that said, let's jump into Once Upon a Time, episode 19 of season 1. Let's go.
Good. This is taking too long. We need to accelerate the plan.
What's going on with his leg?
You all set? You know what to do?
What the heck?
Persian Cobra is always ready.
It's my office. I thought this was the entrance.
It's not. The shop's through there.
Uh-oh. I'm wondering if he's looking for something in support of his leg or something. Because obviously Henry was a front to what he was looking for, so... And I don't think it's maps.
I didn't see anyone, but there was food and water, and then I guess I was drugged.
Yeah.
Oh, Regina? Not the first time she's hit someone, locked someone away.
That was it.
You saw no one, you didn't hear a voice, smell perfume, cologne, anything?
Nothing. No, I'm sorry.
She knows what path she's on.
We agreed that something tragic should happen to her now. Abduction is tragic.
And it did create a tragic scenario.
But intent is meaningless.
Intent is everything.
Please.
Brought us here and built all this.
Yes, with time you said thank you.
Why did you do it?
Well, you're a smart woman, Your Majesty. Figure it out.
Please, Papa, don't. No, Papa! Papa!
Oh my goodness! Oh, that's not the best way to go out. Oh, are we going to see how these two, parted ways? Because I know Rumpel said to Belle that, he lost his son.
But I have a feeling it's gonna find me. There she is. Why don't you give her your present?
Hey!
So at least it wasn't all a front, but
Well, thank you.
still a good distraction.
We're so glad you didn't kill Mrs. Nolan.
For the whole class. And I got 2 of them.
She's kind of tired. I think if you just give it some time.
I just wanted to...
Hey, Henry, why don't you head home with David?
I think it's the best idea to not
Sorry.
intrude in this situation, considering we don't need any more tensions rising after she's been put through the ringer.
There's one thing I know about his names.
Writers go by pseudonyms. What does it matter?
You trust him?
Yeah.
Well, more so
I
than
trust
anyone. Basically... Ooh. But there is something more. Are we going to find out who August is?
Don't you miss how it was?
Are you really that unhappy, babe? I can conjure anything you desire. Name
Yeah,
it. What do you want?
you can tell that it's not
I want
far
my
long
father.
since he was this way.
All I want is your happiness, babe. If you find a way, I'll do it.
Oh. Wait a second. Wait. The donkey, the dagger. Is this happening? August. Bay. I mean, some might take that in another context, but...
Why don't you join in?
To town looking for his father after a long separation, and he recently found him.
Oh!
And a happy reunion has already taken place.
No. He hasn't spoken to him yet.
Why not?
It was a difficult parting. There are many issues to be resolved between them.
Like Bay and Rumple potential. Oh!
In here behind for the unknown.
It means I get my father back.
This is it.
You're a very good son.
He'll do anything for his...
You are the part of him that keeps him human. That little light inside of him that still glows. This is love for you. Hold out your hand.
And then he lost him, and the Rumple we know. Voila.
I love you.
And that is what makes it all so sad.
The love was the thing that caused this whole incident at the end of the day, because Catherine said David and Mary Margaret should be together. Oh.
Well then, I guess all the lying can stop.
Oh shit.
Papa.
Oh! Oh my god!
What kind of world is this we're going to? What kind of world is without magic?
Here we are! Oh, Rumple. And this is how he hates the fairies, because of the fact that if she never gave him that bean.
I'm so sorry, son. I'm so sorry, babe. My beautiful boy.
Could you dream that you hadn't changed?
Well, let's go and find it and see.
Oh, that's what he wasn't looking to kill, he was looking to see if his father was here or not.
Things were changing. Didn't want to take the chance of Regina finding out.
Of course.
Oh, this is so...
It should be run about here some... Here, look.
I'm happy.
Now I choose you.
Oh my Rumple.
I command thee, Dark One!
August?
You're not my son.
I mean, maybe Bay would have changed, but I don't think he would have
You're
to
not
control.
Balefire. Cannot harness any magic in this world because there is no magic in this world. That's why he chose.
He would
this
know that.
place. He didn't want me dabbling.
Well, that reunion has just been thrown in the ditch.
So why bury a useless knife?
Oh, I wouldn't say it was useless. Still cuts through flesh rather nicely.
No one here remembers.
And yet you do. You're from there.
Seemingly.
From my world.
The fact that you're asking the question means you know the answer.
Oh.
Now that
So is
that's
that
settled.
4?
Because I'll die anyway.
What?
I'm sick. I'm sick and I need magic.
With his
I was gonna get the
leg.
savior to believe.
You're gonna die either way. This way. At least I
Long.
might get something out of it.
Plus, it's long, painful, then quick, isn't it? And that's the kind of animosity he will thrive on because of the fact that he just gave him hope in it.
Already paid a great price.
So you'd be willing to sacrifice this world for the next because that's how great the price is.
Nobody.
Which will... Oh my
But I'll comfort
goodness!
myself knowing that such a curse is beyond your abilities.
Oh, for now. But I've got all the time in the world. I will do nothing else. I will love nothing else.
We'll see about that.
You drove him away.
Oh, oh. And he's gonna get...
But I want you to listen to the whole explanation so you understand why this happened.
Oh, I'll hang on every word you say.
Sydney, you can come in now.
Are you stringing Sydney up to dry?
Tell her what you told me.
Oh!
I confess. I abducted Catherine and I held her in the basement.
He clearly hasn't been himself for a while.
Yeah. It's like his words aren't his at all.
Wow. You're so sold on your own rushed
Thank
judgment that you
you!
can't even see the truth
Because it's
anymore.
not the first time she's
A word in
thrown
the
Sydney
hallway,
under the
please.
bus.
You tried to take away someone that I love. And now, I'm gonna take away someone you love.
Holy...
I'm taking back my son.
Figure just turned up to 11 here! Holy damn! This is someone who's had enough of her shit. Ah. And it's very, very poignant with how Rumpel's story had him, well, in his eyes, I guess his son being taken away with the portal, so... Yeah. But Regina was running out of ends, and this is it though, it's not the first time, because she said that Catherine took the pictures when she was the one, Catherine, that Sydney took the pictures of Mary Margaret and David smooching when she was a witness. She didn't tell the full thing, so it's not the first time Sydney has had to take the cover for her. So yeah. And plus, one revelation just got completely ran over. Because, honestly, I was ready to accept it. Because, you know, we've been wondering about who August is. And even after he revealed his name, there's got to be some larger significance. So when it came to, you know, Rumpel's backstory with how he lost his son and how Rumpel entered August's place and found the donkey like as a paperweight, and I think it looked like it, but it would make sense, of course, with the backstory and the dagger. So it's all hottening up with 3 episodes left to go with Regina and Emma. She knows she is on the cusp of bringing down Regina. But yeah, it's all hottening up. She basically has 100% confirmation in her head that this is all Regina's doing, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in these final few episodes. But yeah, this was really great. Especially getting some answers, especially with Mr. Gold or Rumpel. He created the curse as not just a means for Regina, but also a means for him to find his son. Yeah, we finally got explanation regarding how he lost his son as well, because he did mention to Belle in episode 12 that he lost his son. And even though one comment didn't age well about he will never love again, because he did have that feeling, it was really great to see how Rumpel became the way he is, because he still grasped onto that benevolence. He still had that care because he had his son, and it was even mentioned that he was the only light in his life. Remove that, and he really is the Dark One. But this is it. We saw examples of how he grew affection for Belle, and how he wasn't the sinister character. I mean, he still had his bouts of sinisterism, but he wasn't as crude as he was with Belle. So we've seen examples there about how he can be very, very passive, and he can be not as sinister with Belle, and not just that though, but this is still recent for him, with him obtaining his new abilities, especially with how, you know, much of a concern this is starting to be for Bay. So, and we saw him in this episode trying to find a way to bring the father that he loved back. And when there was a way, that power became such an addiction for Rumpel that he clung on to that. He did regret it, but it is scary to lose that power, and then realization sinks in, as if you've been hit by a car, and there we go. He was full of regret at the end of the day. So yeah, it was really great. Not just that though, but with the refusal of the help from the fairy, we got an explanation to, or at least for me, we did get an explanation to why he hates fairies, because he wanted his son back, and he even accused the fairies of the fairy of lying, even though that is not them. But there's such a denial there, and because he's had to wait so long to get his son back, that the damage is too late. Potentially, then there's that explanation. So it was really good to get those explanations out there, but it was really, really powerful, especially the Mr. Gold August scene, because I was, you know, starting to believe that maybe August, he could be, because I've been racking my head about who he could be, and it seems like we're on the cusp, because he is dying, it seems. So we are going to have to find out something about August very, very soon. But yeah, especially with how mysterious both characters are, and how, like, very, I don't know, how evasive they are, especially with their wording. I mean, even Emma had a really great quote to comment about the mysterious enigma that is August, which I really liked. I wouldn't have minded it. And, you know, this would have been so interesting, but then that kind of loses that mysterious enigma of. But then again, there is that, like, thing that he is suffering from. So I'm not sure if he suffered that before he entered Storybrooke as well. I don't think he did, because that's when, you know, if you leave Storybrooke, bad things tend to happen. And because Henry made that mention about the comment of, I haven't seen his face before, he's now entered Storybrooke. So what if, you know, it kind of works as a reverse there, especially with Henry not being able to recognize him before. So, yeah, but we know that his leg was acting up in the beginning. So yeah, and that's all related to, because he said only magic can fix it at this moment. So it's not looking it's not looking good. It's not looking good, and there is no magic apparently. So it's not looking good for August. And yeah, but I got really emotional with that scene, especially with Rumpel, because this is it. I feel like Rumpel will change, or Mr. Gold will have a change of heart if because this is it, he's still the same person, because both Regina and Rumpel exchanged their acknowledgements of who they were. But they are more, like, especially they are more normalized. I feel like, you know, love will start to creep in, that affection will start to creep in for Mr. Gold once again, if he actually has his son. Because, like I said, there's a bit more benevolence when it comes to the people he has affection for with his son. And after he lost his son, we can expect the Rumpelstiltskin that is all creepy and sinister and Yeah, because he still had that kind of softness to his voice. He wasn't very eccentric as we've seen in most of the flashbacks. So yeah, and it's really good to have Robert present that side of his acting, because of the fact that you're able to tell about how he's moved, how he is compelled by someone that he is strongly connected to, and then removed them, and then you've got that sinister, eccentric character that we have known him for. So yeah, but I really did get emotional, especially when Mr. Gold broke down at the hope that he found his son. Especially since this is all he's wanted, and not just that though, but he realized, when his son went through the portal, you saw that regret instantly snapping. But like I said, power was so it was scary to lose that power. But here we are. It was really, really moving to see that embrace. And I still feel like the sentiments are still there, even if August isn't his son. Because, like I said, this is what Mr. Gold is, and it's rare we see something as moving like that. So it really hits all the right notes. And it was really, really beautiful. And yeah. But it was really, really good going into that backstory in terms of how he lost his son, how his son was concerned about the power that consumed him, and he was wanting him to go back to normal because he was scared of what his father had become. So, even when he tried to do good, he refused the magic because he wants his father back. He's scared of the person he has now become because of the deal he made with the previous host of the Dark One. So yeah, it was really, really powerful stuff. But I really, really loved going into that backstory and Mr. Gold just becoming more and more inquisitive regarding August, and holding on to that hope. So yeah, but it was also really good all around, especially with Catherine now that she is awake, and returned and awake, of course. With the fact that we had David confront her, and a bit more benevolent of a reception, I feel, compared to what I expected. But I feel like things are still in a bit of a haze, especially since she can't remember who was keeping her captive in that basement and who drugged her. So she's got no answers at the minute. But I mean, I think at this moment she's just she recognizes the concern of David, even though things went south between the pair of them. And but like I said, with Emma, she knows what's going on. She knows she's like 100% certain that this is all Regina. Like, she even sensed the crap that Sydney was trying to throw at her so Regina's name could be cleared. So yeah, but I really like that scene where she confronted Sydney as well, because of the fact that, beforehand, even though she knew that Sydney had, planted the bug, she had that look of concern on her face, like, you don't want to be roping yourself in with the wrong people, Sydney. So I really, really liked that look of concern, as well as on her voice as well, regarding Sydney and the potential alliance she would make with Regina. The David and Mary Margaret scenes. David, you need to leave well enough alone for the time being, buddy, because Mary Margaret has just been through hell, and I can understand what David was saying regarding, it looked pretty damning, because it did look pretty damning, but as the viewer, we knew the whole shtick was going on with Regina. So yeah, of course, they don't know that Regina is the evil queen, etc. So not yet, and maybe that will change soon. But Yeah, I think David needs to give Mary Margaret some breathing space at this moment, because I think David is the last person one of the last people she wants to see. It's close between him and Regina at this moment, so yeah. But I think David needs a bit of breathing space for Mary Margaret personally, considering she's just had a lot on her back. With the whole accusation of killing Catherine, and with the ordeal that happened, with everything that has been throwing a spanner in the works with Mary Margaret and David. I think there needs to be a bit of breathing space for the time being. So yeah, but yeah, it was really, really good. I really loved this episode. I'm really intrigued to find out more about August, especially with the fact that he is dying, and we saw the side effects of that at the very beginning. It was good to have a few of the jokes going around, like everyone asking, "Do you need the rent now?" Why is everyone asking rent? I wonder. But yeah, not just that though, but the revelations about Mr. Gold creating the curse. Especially as a way to come back to his son, as he made that promise to the fairy. Not just that though, but how he lost his son and why he hates fairies, for example. So yeah, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!